Hey YouTube, Nomad76. Okay, so doing the video I said I was going to do about a urban survival bag or urban get home bag, bug out bag, whatever, toolkit. And I have this pouch here. It's a woodland camo pouch that this piece of foam fits in nicely. Well, if you see here, I'm just showing you. It's not really a how-to, but just kind of a demonstration of a way. I decided instead of just sticking the tools in that bag and have them rattling around, in a lot of mechanics toolboxes, they would have these foam cutouts. Well, of course, I just had some of this closed-cell foam around the house or here in the garage. Decided to cut the one piece in half, basically, and you can see there it's not perfect, it's not pretty, but hey, it's just for my bag. It doesn't really. And I took a cheap cutting board, thin cutting board piece from like Walmart. They come in like a 4-pack. You just cut it up. You see this material as a backer, and you can see through here. Sorry, I'm going to be moving around here, but see, like I said, the holes are perfectly cut out, like the ones you can get. You can order ones from certain companies where they're laser cut and perfect and all pretty and whatnot. This is not that, but if you see here how you simply trace out the tool, you cut it out, and then you pull the foam out. And I found I started with the utility knife, but because of the depth of the foam, I ended up just using my old trusty CRK drifter. And oh, and by the way, this is also, this stuff, you just use some contact adhesive, coat both sides, let it tack up, and then stick them together, and then let it, fully cure. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'll show you when I'm done. And, if you see here, I've got some other small hardware type things, like some Gorilla Tape on a credit card or an old card, and some wire, some bits for this, and I'll show you a little bit more of that later. And then I'm going to throw some more zip ties, but stay tuned. Alright, so I finished cutting out the rest of the cutouts for the adjustable wrench, or crescent wrench, if most of us like to call it, and for these channel locks. These, of course, like I said, it's pretty deep. Normally, a lot of toolboxes, they're maybe a 1/2 inch deep, and this one I'm looking more like 1 to 3/4 of an inch. But I did that partially to accommodate for tools like this. If you look here, I've got my little Cobalt Pry Bar, the like 7 or 8-in-1, and I have a video on that. I'll put a link in here somewhere for that. This is a small screwdriver comes with the bit kit here that goes in, this end. Now these are all small, got small Torx, small cross tip or Phillips, and that's it. No, like I said, one small flat. Well, this can also be used as a flat screwdriver, flat blade for large flat bladed type applications. But in addition, so I decided to add these bits. That's a 1/4 inch drive and a 5/16 inch drive, drive bits, and then a standard number 2 size cross tip Phillips bit. And I'm going to add another one of these. All the ones I have right now are short, so I'm going to pick one up from Lowe's, the longer type. Like this, I like, gives it a little more distance. Obviously, this screwdriver is not meant for major prying, but like I said, this little pry bar application will work for in that application. Just tried to throw in some stuff that I thought I could use. I got the idea from Nut and Fancy's video on his urban survival. It's a 3-part, maybe 4-part series. If you haven't seen it, it's worth your time, especially if you live or work in an urban area. Spring-loaded punch, you may wonder what that's for. That's for breaking glass, and we're not talking about performing illegal activity. We're talking about using for escaping out of, a building or a vehicle or something like that. or possibly maybe breaking into your own vehicle. But let your imagination take place. I bought a pair of fairly heavy-duty Cobalt. They were, they aren't like super expensive. They're, they're China-made tool, but Cobalt does have some warranty on their items, and but they got the nice grips, and a good pair of side cutters are invaluable, and to help you cut through, fences, wires, stuff like that. And they're fairly compact for what they're capable of doing. These I'd never had a set like this per se, and they're like your standard, kind of your standard channel locks, except for they're flat so that they can work on pipes and things like that. Of course, they're fairly small for pipe applications, but they had this push button right here is what locks it in, and it has a fairly fine adjustment, which allows it to work really well with the crescent wrench here for maybe removing bolts or things like that if necessary. But as you see there, pretty simple toolkit, and I've got some few accessories. I'm gonna have some more accessories I'm gonna be throwing in there. I actually want the four-way water valve tool, and I'll show you that later. Maybe it'll be an add-on video, part 2 of an Urban Get Home bag that I've been working on and fine-tuning. It's basically my same Get Home bag that I've been just working to fit to my current environment where I work and where I live. And I highly recommend anyone, if you change, those things change, you need to change your gear along with it. So I appreciate you all watching and following this. I'm going to do a short video on pest control. Thanks for watching. One last thing, so see there, fits nice and neat in there, nice compact. This zips up. It's not very thick. My scale probably won't, I need to get a different scale that'll weigh a little bit higher. I can tell you the weight. Not something I'm really that concerned about though. Thanks for watching.